How do you make your photos stand out? I'm gonna discuss that question and many others in this video. It was time again for a long photo walk. This was the gear I was using today. Sony A1 with Laowa 85mm and a transmitter, and then the Godox V860 Mark III flash with a plastic dome diffuser. I decided to take a 20-kilometer walk through Tyresta National Park, one of my favorite places to just spend a whole day walking in nature. And I decided to do something a bit bold. I decided to do black and white macro photography, and to aim to do black and white insect photography in particular. I've never seen anyone attempt that before, so I figured if I can make it work, which is probably hard. I mean, there's probably a reason why people don't do black and white insect photography, but if I can make it work, it can make for very unique photos, right? It could make my photos stand out in a way that none of my photos before have done. One of the best things with using an external flash that you can move around freely is that you can experiment so easily with the light. You can make it come from different angles, you can make it come from afar or from near, and you can create photos that look pretty unique because not that many macro photographers are doing this. And I think that is one of the keys to making your photos stand out, no matter if it's macro photography or other genres of photography, that you should try to use techniques that nobody else is using. When the flash is not on the camera, of course there is a new problem introduced, and that is that I have one less hand to do the focusing and to hold the subject, so you need to get a little bit creative there. And for whatever reason there weren't that many insects out on this day, so I spent a lot of time experimenting with leaves and different textures until I could find insects. And I really enjoy these photos. I think they look pretty cool. I like trying to find nice textures and placing the light in different places. For example, here I'm placing it behind the leaf. When you don't do any photo walks for a long time, I haven't done one now in weeks, I think, because I've been on vacation with my family. It's really easy to kind of fall off the horse and not feeling like doing photography. And to some extent it's good to take some time off sometimes if you're feeling overworked or burnt out, but sometimes the remedy is to simply push yourself to actually do a photo walk or a photo session, to remind yourself that it's actually a lot of fun. And here finally I found an insect. This guy seemed to be almost stuck to my bag, so it was really easy to take lots of photos to try to find a good angle. And here I actually think that black and white grainy look really works well. And I'm really happy with these shots because they have a unique feel to them and they came out great. For this particular subject, I think black and white worked as it should. This video is sponsored by my popular PDF ebook, my macro photography handbook, which covers everything I know about macro photography, everything that's worth knowing anyway, that I've picked up over the last 8 or 9 years of doing macro photography full time. I will teach you everything about my camera settings, where to find insects, how to focus your camera, how to set up your flash, and what camera and lens you should buy depending on your budget. And also, of course, everything you want to know about focus stacking, and also what you should shoot in the winter when there aren't that many insects outside. The book is 126 pages and you will get it in your email inbox as soon as you purchase it. The price is $44. Please check the link in the description to go buy a copy and support this channel. Thank you. One of the main reasons I bought the expensive Sony A1 camera is the 9 megapixel viewfinder, because I find that one of the most enjoyable things in photography is when you're taking a photo you're happy with and being able to see it instantly in the viewfinder. It's just such a nice feeling. And if you can see it in even higher resolution, of course the feeling is even nicer. So I'm really happy I bought the A1, if only for this. And another aspect of this camera that I find myself enjoying more than I thought I would is the 50 megapixel sensor. In earlier cameras that I owned, the resolution has usually been around 25 megapixels. But with 50 megapixels, it's really nice to be able to crop in quite a bit and still have a really high resolution photo. And in macrophotography it's so nice, because 2x magnification, as I have with the Laowa 85mm, is not always enough, and then it's nice to be able to just crop in and still maintain a lot of resolution. When I went out today, my goal was to shoot all photos in black and white. But I soon discovered that while some work great in black and white, like this one, and even become enhanced in black and white, I also discovered that some pictures really don't work in black and white, and I would waste the whole photo if I didn't change it to color. But what I did was I set a black and white profile in my camera, and then when I came home, if I discovered that a photo did not work in black and white, I tried it in color by just extracting the raw file and looking at that before I decided to throw it away. And that way I actually saved some photos that looked really bad in black and white but looked great in color. But black and white is actually a great trick in macrophotography, because many photos look better. Especially when it comes to flowers and stuff like that. Many times you can simplify the image by shooting in black and white, and if the background is messy, it can look a lot less messy if you're shooting it in black and white. Here's an example of a photo that I find it looks very nice in black and white, but also very nice in color, and I actually have a hard time deciding which one I like better. Which one do you like better of these two? And it's interesting where your mind goes when you look at a black and white photo like this one. You kind of start feeling like the photo is some kind of fine art photography. Just because it's black and white, you kind of make that association. But I mean, on an objective level, I think that this photo looks just as good. It's just that it's in color. But still, like it doesn't look as artsy when it's in color. For these blueberries, I actually find them looking better in color. I really like this shot with all the texture. Look at it in black and white. All of a sudden it looks more artsy, but I do have to say I prefer the blue version. Also tried placing the flash underneath the blueberry to try to see if I could get something interesting, and I like this photo as well. It has a little bit of a Death Star vibe to it. Finally, I'm finding another insect. And I'm quite happy with this photo. It looked kind of interesting, and I actually think it looks better in black and white than it would have in color. If nothing else, it looks a bit more unique. You have seen lots of colored ant photos in your life, but not that many black and white ones. One thing that I find works very well in black and white is this kind of scene with a lot of pattern and a lot of texture. And it's just nice to just see different shades of grey and how they play out in a pattern. And before I show you my favorite photo from this walk today, I also wanna tell you a little tip. If you want to tag your photos with location, I find that the best way is to use this free app, GPX Tracker. You can use it both in your phone or in your Apple Watch. Then you get a file with how you have been walking, and then you can use this EXIF tool, command line tool, to tag your photos afterwards on your computer. And now it's time for my favorite photo from today. I'm really happy with this one. I shot it first in black and white, but it looked so much better in color. This is a 2-photo stack to get a little bit more depth on the head here on the stink bug. I'm so happy with this photo. And with that, I'll say thank you for watching this video and see you soon again.